Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be talking about nostalgia. Now, I know what you're thinking. Luis is just going to go into the conversation where he talked about Zelda 1 as compared to the newer Zeldas and Sonic compared to the new Sonics. Yes, I know I've done that in a Bathroom of Solitude, I think, or I may be hallucinating that memory, but no, we're actually going to go into like a more recent thing. I mean, even PS3 recent. Like, nostalgia can come in many forms. It doesn't have to be retro. So, without further ado or wasting any time, let's bring up Kingdom Hearts. Namely, Kingdom Hearts 1, where the game started out about you kicking Disney villain ass before the series suddenly turned into defeating the 13 ghosts of Scooby Doo. Now, I know what I said. Kingdom Hearts 1 I considered better than Kingdom Hearts 2. The story is better, the levels are better, the characters are better, and it had that Disney feel that the series was going for all along. At least I would hope so. But upon playing Final Remix before my PS3 went kafirks, uh, turned out the combat sucks. Like, it's really bad compared to the others. It's tedious. Using fireballs only to land on the ground and use waste MP without launching a fireball is annoying. The slow ass 368 days S combat, which I guess this would be 368 days having Kingdom Hearts 1 S combat, is clunky and slow and stupid. I know what you can say, but it makes things more strategic as compared to the spectacle fighter that is Kingdom Hearts 2. Fine, that can be said. Except Burst by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, and Recoded shows that the evolution of the series via the command deck is pure perfection when it comes to how combat works in the game and balancing difficulty. In fact, I can go on and say that Kingdom Hearts 2 wouldn't have been so easy if it wasn't for the fact that leveling up really makes a goddamn difference. I mean, if you went from Twilight Town straight to Beast's World, okay, there's Beast World. The enemies there could actually beat you. Like that door guard guarding the door, that Heartless, he could rape you really bad in a few hits, and you ain't got no second chance or second wind or, horse shit like that. You'll die. But as soon as you start balancing levels, really, the only thing that can kill you later on is Sephiroth, Zaldin, and Dance Water Dance! Dance Water Dance, which makes no fucking sense, because when you lose, he's not floating in the air with his heart outside his body. No! He's just like, damn, man, I just didn't dance hard enough. Stupid. However, the gameplay to Kingdom Hearts 1 is just really bad. A lot of terrible padding, especially in the Tarzan world. And the combat is just so tedious. Like, when you first played Kingdom Hearts, when you had all the technology back then, being the way it was, yeah, Kingdom Hearts was a breath of fresh air. It was fast. It was cool. But then more Kingdom Hearts started coming out, and it was faster, better, and cooler. And it's just hard to go back to a lower quality system. I guess that's what happens. I guess that's what happens when more. I guess it's not really that bad. It's just it could have been made like Final Remix could have fixed a lot of the problems that was in the combat in the first game. It didn't have to be like Kingdom Hearts 2. It could have stayed like Kingdom Hearts 1 because the one thing I love about Kingdom Hearts 1 was the ability to use Sonic or Ragnarok right when I wanted to instead of having to push triangle. That was really gay. I'll give Kingdom Hearts 1 that one. I love it. But just everything else was just it made me want to stop playing because I just couldn't stomach it again. Because Kingdom Hearts 2, as much of a spectacle fighter was, it was more fun. It worked better. It wasn't tedious. If you made the game harder, not the difficulty tedious. I just mean the way combat works tedious. Okay, next up is Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry, I'm not even going to talk about the remake, surprisingly. I bet you guys, when I said Devil May Cry, I thought I would be talking about that, but I'm not. We'll be talking about Devil May Cry 1 as compared to 3 and 4. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking, so we're just going to dive into what I'm thinking, possibly. Now, if you notice about Devil May Cry 3 and 4, a lot of its combat outside the bosses is trying to make the biggest combo you can before the enemy dies. as opposed to Devil May Cry 1, where the Devil Trigger was ridiculous, where it was just about killing the enemy in the most stylish way possible, instead of how many hits can you get off the enemy that is different from everything else. Because enemies didn't last long in Devil May Cry 1 like they do in 3 and 4, where they're just there to be comboed out of. Yeah, I know Devil May Cry 1 has a combo system, the stylish meter is there, but the way you dealt with things was just completely different. It was just how you killed them, instead of just how you kept them alive while killing them to get that combo bar up. Now I know what you're saying. Well, this game was way back when. There was limitations. You couldn't do the super quick switching that 3 and 4 had. There was no style system, so of course your moves were limited. So, enemies would be limited in their health, but it's not true. Devil May Cry 1 enemies were a lot more interesting than they were in 3 and 4. They had a lot more moves. In fact, if I remember correctly, if an enemy hit you with a move, or if they used a move, but I'm pretty sure if they hit you with a move, that move, if it was a new move you had not encountered, would appear in the bestiary under their name. So that's how interesting they were. They had multiple attacks. They had multiple moves. Every enemy you had to come up with a different strategy to beat. Like the shadows and the fucking bat things that turn into you, and the spiders. Every enemy was just, except for the ones that were like fodder, like the bones, like the skulls, the phantom things, the skull phantoms, and the bugs. But everything else, the combat was more strategic. And again, I know you guys can say, well, that's how it was because of limited technology. Well, you got to remember that 3 and 4 was made by Itsuno, while 1 was made by Kamiya. And if you look at his later games that have a combat system, such as Beautiful Joe, Bayonetta, Wonderful 101, it's not really about keeping the enemy alive and comboing them off either. It's the same thing. It's using what you got to kill them as stylishly as you can. That's really what it is. That's what Devil May Cry 1 has introduced, and that's what Kamiya has been doing since then. There is no... Just look at the combo system for like Bayonetta, and it doesn't matter what kind of moves. It doesn't matter like differentiating your moves. It's just about comboing them until they die. Doing it as stylishly as possible while also killing them as quick as possible, as opposed to 3 and 4, where it's just keeping them alive and using your combos, because they're just punching bags. Like literally, the enemies in 3 are made of sand. They are sandbags for you to just practice your moves on. And so Devil May Cry 1 didn't really age badly. It's still fun to play. It's just those horrible camera angles and Hideki Kamiya's terrible, terrible insistence in adding stupid things that just are retarded, like the swimming section and the Smush sections in Wonderful 101 were really not wonderful. They were really bad. Like, you couldn't really get the perspective where your ship was, and on harder difficulties, you died in like one hit. I know I'm going to Wonderful 101, but I'm just bringing up a point. There's no point. If you're going to use a shmup system, have it be top-down or left-right, where we get a better view of the perception, and widen the screen a little, so, we have more movement. It's more fun that way. You could have done it. I mean, fucking Grasshopper Suda51 did it with No More Heroes 2 with the Toho ripoff minigame. Like, that worked. And it was really, really just a base shmup, and it worked. And yet Hideki Kamiya cannot somehow grasp this concept after like every game he's thrown a shmup section in. It's fucking bad. But yeah, that's my explanation for Devil May Cry 1. Like, it's simply part of a different evolutionary trait. A different evolutionary path than the other Devil May Cry, simply because of Hideki's ideas versus Itsuno's ideas. And you can see Devil May Cry's ideas just pass on through Bayonetta, because Bayonetta, you don't really have... Your combos are limited to, like, multi-punches and multi-kicks, really. Like, yeah, you can do other shit, but that's mostly what you're doing. And it's just how you chain those attacks together, killing those enemies as fast as possible while getting your multiplier up, is how your score is decided. That's how you get the pure platinum. And Devil May Cry 1 did that too. I think you guys get the point. Moving on. It's Uncharted. Now, I said that Uncharted 1 was better than Uncharted 3. The story... I guess we're going back to Kingdom Hearts. The story is better than... I mean, Uncharted, all the stories are kind of blah. They're really just the fun ride of it. It's just that Uncharted 3 took itself too seriously and all that nonsensical. Like, they made the set pieces before they made the game. And that's how they decided to go through with the story. And a lot of Uncharted 3 didn't make any sense, but enough about Uncharted 3. Uncharted 1 is worse than Uncharted 3 in terms of gameplay. And I can't believe I ever considered Uncharted 1 better than 3 in terms of gameplay. Uncharted 1 is clunkier than the other two games. 2 is perfection when it comes to the Uncharted series. But Uncharted 1 was a lot more clunky. Sometimes the controls actually did not work. There's a video of me falling to my death a lot. It's an Uncharted amount of fuck ups. Usually I could get through that part without dying, but for some reason when I was doing that video, which was part of the Uncharted run originally, before I had to stop, that happened. That kept happening. And I don't know why. And the gunplay, hitboxes are just all over the place. And the grenade, tossing the grenades, oh my god, motion controls are so retarded. If there was a way to shut them off, then I'll bump Uncharted 1 back to better than Uncharted 3. But that grenade bullshit is fucking terrible. Holy crap. Well, never mind. I mean, Uncharted 3 still had a more solid shooting, gunplay. I don't know. Just Uncharted 1 isn't as good as 2 or 3 in the gameplay department. And it shows. That is actually shown. That I can honestly say aged badly as compared to Kingdom Hearts 1 or Devil May Cry, where it's just different from the other series. Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 are basically the same game, but you can see improvement, so much improvement in 2. And 3 is basically just a copy of 2 in terms of gameplay. And yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Oh, I also got One Piece Unlimited World R. Because they're pirates. Yeah. Yeah-yo. In any case, it's fucking fun. It's basic as hell. But it's fucking fantastic. I'm having fun with the game. I got it on the Wii U. So, before anybody questions anything. I don't know what it is about it. Perhaps I'll get bored of it. Perhaps I'm just easy to please for something. I don't even know too much about One Piece. I just know that it's an anime I don't hate and that I could sit down and watch if I had the time. And the game is... I don't even know how to describe it. I'm not going to review it. I'm just going to say there's videos out there if you guys want to, But basically it's like Monster Hunter without the monsters. You're improving the town. I guess you don't do that in Monster Hunter, but... you go back with resources to improve. It's like Azure Dreams. There we go. It's Azure Dreams with One Piece. There's still fan service. I mean, goddamn Nami. There's an underboob. Why? But yeah, and I'm not paying $3 for the swimsuit. Really? No. Almost all the DLC is free. Even the quest is 99 cents. Nami bikini, $3. Yeah, maybe. I might just be that perverted. Alright, so... Or desperate. Anyway. That's it. Pretty short. 14 minutes? Holy sh... I guess not that short. Well, okay. And that's another Luiz Shit Talks. About nothing.